Okay, running a little late this morning, but going to meet with a big meeting. Going to meet one of the larger agencies in the game, someone who has 3 letters. Okay, heading to a big meeting now, going to meet with one of the big 3-letter agencies. Got introduced to them through Alexis, have talked with them in the past, and I just feel like there's nothing that you can beat with a in-person meeting. So heading there now, will absolutely not be bringing the camera in because for obvious reasons, but we'll give very detailed updates, comprehensive review after the meeting goes. A play-by-play, if you will. All right, I'll see you there. Okay, we made it. Wish me luck. Jumping in. Okay, we are back from the meeting. It's about almost an hour later. First raw, uncut initial thoughts is that the founder of that company is awesome. They are incredibly wicked smart, and obviously that shows because of the size of their company and what they've been able to accomplish in such a short time. And the crux of the conversation was really great. It was more so talking about the industry as a whole and sort of like what our vision is and where we're headed. They're going to make some really awesome introductions to some of the folks that work on the technology in their agency to see if this can become a longer term partnership or something that's a little bit more deep. But all in all, fantastic conversation. Very excited about how it turned out and excited to stay in touch as we continue to grow and eventually, hopefully, build something super awesome for them that they'll be able to use every piece of. So great conversation. Now on to the next coffee meeting. We will see you there. Okay, second coffee meeting of the day is someone that I've spoken to in the past, a good friend, potential customer. They're likely going to move over to using us soon, hopefully. And I'm going to get there a few hours early just to get some work done and post up at the coffee shop. So we'll do that now. Okay, second meeting was super positive. We're gonna head back to Matt's now, and I will take you guys through how we do QA review for new products that we launch in July. I think that'll be an interesting little lesson to see how we do it. Okay, so back from all of the different meetings, they all went great. Just did a couple hours of emails and follow-ups off camera that I didn't show. But I figured a great way to end today's vlog would be to actually walk through one of the processes that we run through with July, which is called QA. So quality assurance on when we launch new features. So I figured I could just show you what that process actually looks like. Okay, so essentially once a feature has been completed, Matt, one of our team members, he sends it into the product channel saying, hey, QA is ready for report duplication and publishing reports directly from report to page, similar to Dexpage. And what he'll do is he'll drop in the card that we use through Linear, so the actual task tracking software that we use, which will link out the sort of context. Maybe there's some designs that need to be followed that Dan created. Maybe there are some specific customer requests so they can see context as to what something was asked for. Here, there was customer context from Slack. So one of our customers said, hey, we'd really love to be able to duplicate the reports that we've created so we don't have to start over from scratch if we want to sort of make a similar one. Okay, so I'll come into the test version of July, and then whoever's doing QA's job it is to come into the product and go test that feature before it gets put into production. So the feature that was just being tested or requested QA was essentially to duplicate reports. So right now we have a report right here that is 17th and Nike, right? It brought in some piece of content that was for test, but what I want to be able to do now is test the duplication feature. So I'll go in, I'll hit duplicate, and then clearly it created a copy right here, which says 17 Nike copy. And then I want to make sure that the information that's in it is the exact same as what was in the last one. So what I would do is I would go back to the task tracking software that we use. And then I would say, I would go in and I would add a QA section. So I would say QA. I would drop in the different notes of what is wrong. So data isn't being copied over correctly. Also keep in mind, this one was already actually QA'd and pushed to production, so this is over. But basically I would do that, and then I would let Matt know, or whichever engineer was working on this specific feature, that it needs to be fixed for these specific reasons, and then once it gets fixed, it gets shipped to production. So that is essentially how we run a QA process on all of the features that go live into our product, so that everything gets properly tested and that so nothing breaks when it gets into the hands of actual customers. So yeah, I hope that that was interesting. I think over the next few days, I'm gonna go into more of the processes that we use over July so you can see exactly what that looks like. But for now, I'm going to lock in, finish out the rest of my day, and we will see you tomorrow. Can't wait.